Hey there! You know that feeling when you learn a new word and then, poof, it's gone the next day? Well, today we're going to look at a really powerful way to make new words stick. We're about to discover how a simple little story can be the secret key to unlocking a whole new level of English. Let's get right into it.
So, this is the big question for today. How can one little story, really, supercharge your vocabulary? How does a tale about a tiny bird actually help new words lock into your memory? By the end of this, you'll not only know the answer, you'll have a whole new set of tools to use yourself.
All right, it all begins with a short story called The Brave Little Parrot. Now, for the next few minutes, your only job is to just listen. Don't worry about trying to memorize anything. Just relax and let the story happen.
Our story starts off nice and simple. Just picture it. A small, colorful parrot, just living its life in this huge green forest.
But then, everything changes. A fire breaks out, threatening the parrot's home and everyone living there. And just like that, the whole feeling of the story shifts to danger and real urgency.
And this is where our hero steps up, a very small creature doing a very, very big thing.
The danger is over, and the whole community sees what the parrot did, this one courageous act.
And here it is, the big takeaway, the moral of the story. Everything that just happened was building up to this one simple but really powerful idea, that courage and helpfulness are so valuable. Okay, great. Now that we've all got the story in our heads, we're going to become detectives. We're going to go back and break it down piece by piece and find all the vocabulary that's been hiding inside. This is where the magic really starts.
So let's kick things off with our main character, the parrot. Now, instead of just memorizing a definition like a colorful bird, we have a hero. When you connect the word to the brave little character in our story, it becomes way more memorable.
You know, every story needs a setting, and ours is in a forest. But see, it's not just a large area with trees anymore, is it? It's the home our parrot was fighting to protect. That context gives the word some real weight. And what shattered the peace of that forest? Fire. This is the big problem in our story. By linking the word to that feeling of danger, we create this powerful emotional hook that helps it stick in your mind. So how did our tiny hero fight this huge fire? He carried water. This is an action word, a doing word. And because of the story, you can actually picture it, this little parrot holding and moving water. The meaning of carry becomes crystal clear. And where did he get that water? From the river. The river becomes the source of the solution. It's not just a random place, it's the tool that helps our hero win.
And that brings us to the whole point of the story, right? The parrot's goal was to save everyone. This word is tied directly to the purpose, the motivation behind our hero's amazing act.
And who was in danger? The animals. This word isn't just some general category anymore. In our story, it represents the whole community that the parrot is a part of. They're the ones who needed a hero. So after all the danger is gone, you can almost feel that sigh of relief. The other animals thanked the parrot. This word perfectly captures that feeling of gratitude that wraps up all the tension in the story.
What were they thanking him for, exactly? His bravery. This word just pinpoints the key quality, the virtue at the very heart of the story. The parrot wasn't just a bird, he was a symbol of pure courage.
And finally, let's circle back to the moral. The parrot wasn't only brave, he was helpful. He was willing to jump in and assist. This word connects everything right back to the central lesson of the story, bringing it all full circle. Okay, so we've cracked open the individual words. Now let's see how they can work together to build something even more powerful, a common expression that you can start using in conversations right away. The expression is, thanks to. You use this all the time to give credit, to show that a person, or maybe a thing, was the reason for a specific outcome. Usually a good one. It's a super useful phrase. And here it is in action, using our story. Thanks to the parrot, that's our cause, all animals were safe, and there's our result. See how perfectly it sums up what happened? It connects the hero directly to that happy ending. So we've gone on a little journey through a story, we've taken it apart to find all the vocabulary, and we've learned a key expression. Now the power is in your hands. Check it out! Here's your brand new toolkit. You've got 10 new words, all connected by a story that's easy to remember, and one really useful expression that puts those words into a practical structure. That's the real power of learning through narrative. And that brings us to one last really exciting question. We started with a story about a brave little parrot. Now, using these exact same tools, what story will you tell? What kind of world will you create? That's where the real adventure begins. Thanks for tuning in.